Today I want to talk about the Fiesta. It's imported from the Spanish colonial time, and it's basically a down party, down festival. Yeah, of course it can be different from each country, each location, each area. But as I experience it in all the locations I went to, there are foremost two types of Fiesta. Each is celebrated once per year. The first type is the town fiesta, where the whole town or the whole city is celebrating party. It's easily to spot when you have everywhere on the streets these flags, these party symbols. You have plenty of food courts, plenty of street food in the area. You have then some rides sometimes, some Ferris wheel or gambling area, playing ground. So kind of the whole town is making a party, and depending on the region, you have also lots of program. Most of the time, they make to find the most beautiful, handsome person in the town or the city. They make some dance competition, local traditions like local tribes. They're showing the dance or the crafting skills or something like that. Or they have special food in the area. They make there some special food. They have a pancettiere. It's a pasta dish. They have a very big plate that everyone can eat. The eating competition and that kind of things. So there's a lot of things going on in the time, and a lot of program. Of activities, sometimes also just some general things like anti-rabies vaccination for dogs, other competitions. So that can be really fun on this, usually about a few weeks, depending on the town or the city, 2, 3, 4 weeks. And it's nice to so the second type of fiesta is the barangay fiesta. That barangay is usually a part of the city, a part of the town. Each city, each town has multiple barangays. It's a smaller area of the city, and they also make the fiesta. They also have the celebration once per year, usually at a different time. In my city, Mondays, January is the town fiesta, and April is my barangay fiesta. But every barangay is in a different time, but every year the same time. And barangay fiesta is kind of very different because the foremost important is there's 2 days to celebrate. There's sometimes a bit in advance, like barangay night, some barangay dance, some dance evening, or maybe some competition also, or some shows, some modeling, or some rampa, but it's depending really on the barangay. But the thing that's really needed and really done all the time is these 2 days. It's always the same days. It's not a weekend or whatever. It's just the same every year, April 3, 4, whatever it is. On the first day, everything happens on the evenings. So in the evening or overnight, usually the whole night, each house, each family is cooking some kind of food, preparing food for the next day. And then also most of the time you have plenty of visitors, drinking together, singing karaoke, hanging out together. So it's kind of a chill evening, relaxing evening, at least for the visitor. For the families, it's a bit more stressful since they're cooking all night. Most of the time they're killing a pig or something to use all the parts. Some of the families also hiring a chef or something to do the cooking, so they don't have to handle with it because it's gonna take all night long, which I don't understand, because when I make a fiesta, I make it 1 day ahead, prepare everything ready to go, and in the evening I can still go out, still go have a drink, everything good. But it's tradition here that they have to cook overnight, in the night, so they don't get much sleep. And it's a lot of drinking and also a bit of food there and enjoying. And more or less every house in the barangay, the whole area participates. So you can expect that every house you go there in this area will have some table outside, some drinking, some cooking, parts of it that big and that kind of stuff, which can be quite fun, especially when you know some people in the area, or your partner has some schoolmates, some relatives, some friends about an area. Then we always invite you because it's kind of a competition between the different families, the different neighborhoods, who gets the most visitors, who gets the most attention, who is the kind of special visitor, like foreigner or celebrity, VIP or something. So you honor the people when you go there and have a drink with them and be present and show that you'll be there and care for them. And so it can be quite fun. I had it sometimes that I went to a barangay fiesta, and there's lots and lots of relatives and friends and schoolmates from my wife, because all of them have a very big family, very extended relatives. When you think every classroom has 60, 70 students, of course you have tons of classmates when you have dozens of cousins and everything. And what I did For example, was then I went to a house where I know some people, sat down, had a drink, made a few jokes, talking for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, stand up, went to the next house. They also wanted me to sit down, have a drink. Did the same again, then went to the next house, and in the end there was like 8-9 different houses. Everywhere had a drink, a few bites to eat, had a few talks, a few jokes and so on. It was quite fun, sitting together, drinking, singing, cooking. And the second day is usually the more important day, I would say. There's everything in the lunchtime is then available in the lunchtime on the second day. Almost like 10, 11 a.m. They put all the food on the table, of course, not hot. It's just room temperature. Basically, you are supposed to go to every house from every friend, every relative, everyone. You want to show your respect. You want to attend. You want to be present. So you have to sometimes go to 6, 7, 8 houses. Everywhere you don't required more or less to go to eat a bit something to show that you appreciate, you enjoy the food, that you like it. We talk about then move on to the next house. Drinking is also common there, but not as common. So in the first evening, that's basically everywhere drinking and alcohol. In the second day, it's more or less not so common. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. There's more about the food, and it can also be quite interesting. When I experienced my first Fiesta, I was kind of excited to do it because I thought, okay, when I go to 6, 7, 8 houses, 6, 7 different families, I'm gonna be able to try a lot of different foods, because in my mind, in my expectation, it was every family gonna cook their special recipes, their all-time favorites, what they really like to eat, what they really special to cook, what they really have a passion for, what they really want to do. And so I thought, okay, when I go to 6, 7, 8 houses, I have the chance to try lots of different food and get lots of different flavors and spice palettes, and have to see everything different. But that's not how it works at all. I was kind of a bit disappointed to say that you have to expect that in every house is more or less the same food. There's not even a flavor difference, so it's all more or less the same. Might be different from each area, what kind of food they serve, or each land. But as for my country, for my place, what they always have, every house is rice, of course. Then you have some kind of beans and tomatoes, also something like that, without much flavor. Then you have this dinuguan, which is a blood soup. Then we have this sliced pork, the menudo they make. And that's more or less the main things. It's always there in every house. And then depending where you go, maybe people is a bit higher, or they have money, or they want to spend more, they want to show more, they want to impress more. Sometimes you have a bit more food, something like meatballs, this lumpia is kind of spring roll, and you have this macaroni salad, this is a dessert, this bit pasta and fruit salad, so kind of sweet with cream, sometimes chicken, sometimes fish, that kind of things. Sometimes this pork belly, all fat, deep fried. So very fatty stuff. And so you have some additions sometimes in some houses where they can afford it, when they can do it. But even these additions is more or less always the same. So you will not go to a house and then suddenly unexpected you have some very different food or something you've never seen before. It's very unlikely. So you have to adjust with it. I know a lot of foreigners, especially older foreigners from US and other places, they don't eat Filipino food at all. They don't like it. I made a whole separate video of it, because there's boats everywhere, it's not hot, the food is standing out all night, so it's not so good for when you have a weak stomach or something. But for me, usually I always find a bit something to eat, and a bit something that I can take, a bit rice, with a bit with some spring roll, meatballs, or whatever. Sometimes it's good, and I eat a bit more. This kind was also very funny when I participated in the Fiesta the first few times I've been here, because I worked as a chef 10 years and I don't have much opportunity to really cook. And I like to cook, I like to show what I can, I like to prepare the food and organize my daily bread for over 10 years to make buffet, serve everything. And so I really enjoyed it when I had the opportunity, usually twice a year, in April in our Fiesta, and in September on my birthday, that I make some buffet, invite the neighbors, invite the friends, and everyone can come and eat. But then it's very funny often to see how the people react, how the people look when they see my food, because it's very different. I don't make any Filipino food at all. Most of the time I don't even make rice, which is unthinkable here. You always have rice, and the rice they make here is just rice and water. There's no herbs, no salt, no butter or vegetable or something, just rice and water, which is strange for me because there's no flavor at all. But people like it because they say the flavor is coming from the side dishes. And when I make that, I make kind of compromise. I say, okay, I know in Philippines the rice is important, but I don't want to make plain regular rice here. I make the compromise and say, okay, I'm going to make rice, but not the rice that you know. I make, for example, with the squid ink black rice, or I put some flowers to make it blue, or I had some rice cake, make some rice with meat, so a main dish with rice or something like that. And it's very unique then to see the expression, because for me it's very different. For me it's important all my food is hot. I have some appliances to keep the food hot. For me as a chef it's also important. I always learned that it was very important in our work that you have from each type of food, you have something there, so you can offer, if there's a Muslim, there's a vegetarian, there's a vegan or whatever, you can offer something. So you're always required to have a vegetarian dish, a meat dish, fish dish, that kind of things, a soup, a dessert, salad, bread. How the people react when they don't see my food is very different. But that's what I wanted to tell about the Fiesta. It's a fun time, it's quite nice. It's entertaining, engaging, so as the town fiesta as well as the barangay fiesta. You can have a lot of fun there, you can make some friends, you can have a lot of drinks, tasting some local food, participate in some competition or watch the competition, check out the street food or something like that. So it's really nice to experience. It's fun and entertaining, especially in the smaller towns where usually nothing much happens. And I've been in many small towns. In one day you've seen everything, you walk every street, you know every corner. And when you have done the fiesta, at least you have every day some kind of programs for entertainment, something to do, some dance event or whatever. And that's really nice. So if you have the chance to come across fiesta, if you're there in a time where this fiesta is going on, I would recommend to participate, check out the agenda, what they have planned. If you like something, if you're interested to participate in some of the kind of activities, it's quite fun and it's interesting and nice to do.